Okay, and I woke up this morning to a fraud alert from my bank telling me that there was three fraudulent activities on my account in Barcelona, Spain. And so I'm in Vietnam, so I know it wasn't me. I think the person who did it is this guy. I'll put his picture up so you can take a look at him. Avoid him. What happened was I was sick for about a couple of days in my hotel room for about 3 days. Then when I came out to get something to eat, he was there, right at the corner. I had a feeling he was waiting for me. I have a feeling he was there, that he has connections to tell him who may be a good victim. So I went on a tour with him. At first he told me it wouldn't cost me anything, and at the end of the tour, he said it's going to cost me 7 million dong, which is about $300. Okay, I paid him $240 something, $249, and tell him he was going to pay him any more. Right? And that pissed me off. I paid him because I was in another country. It was in the United States. I would have kicked his ass. I told him I ain't paying him shit. You know, but I'm in another country. So I can't really do that. So anyway, I paid him. And that was it. So during our conversation, during the whole tour, he asked me when I was going to leave and how I was going to be there, the whole 9 yards. Great. Then yesterday, or I left on Wednesday, on Tuesday night, he calls me up saying, let's go out, have a good time. I told him no, I'm just going to stay in my room, and that's it, until I leave the next day. Then the next day, at about 1 o'clock, he was at my hotel room in the same corner again, right before I was about to leave. And he said goodbye, have a good trip, and the whole works. Okay? Then I go to the airport, I hop on the plane, I turn my cell phone to, airplane mode. So then I get to my hotel room, everything is fine, no problems whatsoever. Woke up this morning, said that 3 transactions try to happen in Barcelona, Spain. And then I started thinking, hold it, why was he at my hotel room? I mean, I've been in Vietnam in Ho Chi Minh City for 20 days, and those are the only 2 times he ever showed up. So that is not his usual route, if he has a usual route. So I think what happened was he showed up to make sure I was leaving, and then after I left, some kind of way, he got a code of my credit card number and did those transactions. Now, when I was on his tour, he took me to an ATM. Now, I checked out the ATM to make sure there wasn't any card reader on there, but, I can't say for sure. Because one of them was broken and didn't work, and the other one did work. So that could have been how he got my card number. So anyway, Charles Schwab, which is my bank, canceled my card, or blocked it and canceled it. I'm sorry, my throat. So I should get that money back. But this little bastard, he got his whole scam from front end all the way to the back end. So I just want to let you know, this is what the guy looks like. Avoid him at all costs. And in fact, avoid all the ones on the street at all costs. Okay, later. Oh yeah. The 2 guys from Africa who wanted to sell their gold. If you're going to do a fraud, know more about gold or know more about the industry than who you're trying to fraud, all right? God. I decided to check it out because sometimes, rare, once in a lifetime, you can have these opportunities. But it was like dealing with Abbott and Costello. They kept insisting on someone flying over, spending thousands of dollars and 20 to 40 hours on a plane to fly to Africa or fly to Vietnam with a boatload of money to give them cash for some gold. When the only thing they have to know about the gold is they send them pictures. I told them no one's going to do that. I said, for anyone to buy your gold, it has to be verified and certified, which means that has to be verified that it is gold and certified as to how much gold is actually there. And no one's going to hop on a plane and come to Vietnam to do that shit, or anywhere, without it first being verified and certified. And if you have people, if it's already certified and verified, then you can sell that gold anywhere. No one has to come all the way to Vietnam. You can sell it in Vietnam, Dubai, or wherever. Well, anyway, I'm not going to get into the whole details of some of the stuff they said, but I mean, they have to. They kept contradicting themselves over and over again about different things. So one guy said, well, he can verify the gold by buying a gold testing kit. I just ignored it, because the gold testing kit only tells you if there's gold on top. It doesn't tell you what's up underneath. Up underneath the gold plating could just be dirt, rocks, clay or whatever. I said, no one's going to do that. It has to be melted down, all the impurities taken out, then weighed to see how much gold is actually there, if any gold is there. So I told them I ain't gonna do shit. I mean, if they don't know that much, if it is legit, which it's not, but let's say it was legit for argument's sake, I would still not do business with them, because you do not want to do business with someone who don't know their own industry. You do not want to do business with someone who doesn't know what they're selling or doesn't know what the rules are. These guys also told me that they had to smuggle the gold in to Vietnam. So you can do a simple Google search, real simple, which is what I did. I said smuggling gold into Vietnam. And came across the government website that said that customs, you can bring in gold without paying duties or taxes if it's gold bullion, which means the gold has not been processed, has not been weighed, has not been certified or verified. And that is because you don't know until it's been verified and certified that all you got is a bunch of dirt and sand. So they can't put a price on it, so they can't charge you taxes or put any duties on it. So I'm like, you guys could have brought in this gold legally, but you're telling me that you're bringing it illegally. Then I told them, well, go back to customs, bring it in illegally, then you can sell it. But they didn't want to do that. So I'm done with them. Oh yeah, in the United States and probably in Western Europe, when you buy something with your debit card, they don't leave the whole debit card number on your receipt. However, in other countries, they may leave the whole debit card number on your receipt or your credit card number on that receipt. Which means you got to keep all your receipts and make sure they're destroyed. Like for me, I pay everything in cash except for Grab, and that's my credit card, so those are safe. But when I went to McDonald's one time, I did use my debit card. So when you in another country, make sure that your whole debit card number is not on that receipt. In the United States, there's a law that they can't put your whole debit card number on the receipt because that can lead to them, doing a lot of fraud on you. Okay, also before I left, I went back to Burger King to get myself something to eat before I hopped on a plane. And I was in the park, and guess who showed up? One of the two, African go guys. We talked a little bit, and I was going to throw out my bag, and he insisted upon throwing out my trash for me. And I said, okay, fine, here. But I know it wasn't him who had who got my debit or credit card number, because I paid for Burger King with cash. I did not pay for it with my debit card. So even though he may have wanted to get the receipt and maybe get the number off of it, I paid in cash. So there was no debit card receipt on there. And with those guys, I never ever took out my debit card. One more thing. Let me see if I can find it here. My wallet. A second. I'm looking for it. This is a very nice Airbnb. Okay, here's my wallet, right? It's not, well, when I bought it off of Amazon, it said it was a blocks the RDF blocker, but it doesn't. That's a long story. But if you put a little bit of, let me show you, aluminum foil in there, like this, it blocks all of the signals. It interferes with the signal. It doesn't have to be a thick aluminum foil. It can just be a very thin piece. It doesn't have to be connected to the card. It just has to be next to the card, about the size of the card. And so it interrupts the signal between the card and the card reader. So I tested it out more than once before I left, and it blocks all RDF signals. So that's all you have to do. You don't have to worry about, after you do that, and just put it in your wallet, like I did. Just put it in my wallet, just like this. And it blocks all the signals. So all of my credit cards are safe. So I don't have to worry about that. And I tested it out more than a couple of times before I left. So just a little aluminum foil interrupts the signal. Okay, I'm gonna post this as quickly as possible and get something to eat later. I forgot to add, I never told them I have a YouTube channel. And I translate my videos into Spanish, French, Russian, Polish, and German.